Hey guys, FilmCrazyAdam here. To those of you that have just finished watching part 2 of the big review, thank you. And now, welcome to the third and final part in the debut of my spin-off series, I Heard That Show Sucks. Just like with my movie review series, we're going to take a second look at a TV show that you probably haven't seen because you heard from somebody that it sucks. Well, we're going to take a second look and see if it really does. To those of you who are just tuning in part 1 of the big review, I went over the 3 different ages of American televised cartoons, with the Bronze, Silver, and Gold Age. In part 2, I did a comparative look at the 4 different generations of My Little Pony. And now, to the point that all this has been leading up to, believe it or not, we're going to take a look and review the TV series My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic by taking a look at a typical episode. So, without any further ado, welcome to the first episode of I Heard That Show Sucks. But before I get to that, I feel it's important to get a little background and basic knowledge of the 6 main characters, who are affectionately referred to by the fans as the main 6.
Talk about our friends. Oh, okay.
Let's get started with the first pony we meet in the series, Twilight Sparkle.
Good afternoon. My name is Twilight Sparkle.
Twilight is a unicorn from the royal capital of Canterlot, and all unicorns, as the name implies, have magic horns. Twilight uses her magic a lot since she's studying under the princess.
Don't listen to her, princess.
Sometimes studying seems to be all she does.
Oh, sorry, girls. I got a lot of studying to catch up on.
Twilight can perform a number of spells, but primarily uses her horn to teleport and move things around. Twi's kind of the egghead of the group.
I am not an egghead. I am well-read.
Or more specifically, a nerd. She likes science and books primarily.
Get back! All of you! This is my book, and I'm gonna read it!
She's super organized to the point of OCD.
Okay, let's see. Scarf, check. Saddle, check. Boots, check. Spike refusing to get up and going back to sleep? Check. It's a good thing I'm so organized.
Very OCD. But more than anything, she wants to help others with their problems.
Got any problems, troubles, conundrums, or any other sort of issues, major or minor, that I, as a good friend, could help you solve?
The series starts with Twilight being sent to Ponyville by the princess, where she first meets the next pony on the list, Applejack.
Well, how'd it do, Miss Twilight? A pleasure making your acquaintance. I'm Applejack.
Applejack lives on her family's apple farm, Sweet Apple Acres, where she works with her family to grow, harvest, and sell apples. She's a very caring pony and is the most perceptive of the group. She's strong and athletic and considered by many to be the best athlete in Ponyville.
I thought I was working with Ponyville's best athlete. You are!
She's also the most down-to-earth of the main 6. She's probably the most unladylike of the group because she's not afraid to do some hard work and get dirty. Oftentimes work is all she thinks about, and she'll sometimes bite off more than she can chew.
But there's no way you can do it all on your own. Is that a challenge?
But more than anything, she loves her family, with her friends coming in a very close second. She's the hardest working, most athletic pony you'll ever meet. Next is Rainbow Dash.
Let me guess. You're Rainbow Dash. The one and only.
If Applejack is the greatest athlete in Ponyville, then Rainbow Dash is by far the greatest athlete in the Cloud City of Cloudsdale. She's a Pegasus. A Pegasus with a need for speed. Rainbow's main job is to help with the weather. That's right, weather isn't something that occurs naturally in the land of Equestria. It has to be maintained by the Pegasi. Rainbow is one of the best flyers around, if not the best.
We've been eagerly awaiting the arrival of the best flyer in Equestria.
Who?
Why, you, of course.
Really? I mean, oh yeah, me!
When Rainbow isn't working on weather or taking a nap, she's usually working on some new stunt.
I'm gonna stand on one end, then you're gonna jump down from that platform, launching me into the air faster than I can take off on my own. Once I'm in the air, I'm gonna do some amazing flips and spins that are sure to impress the Wonderbolts.
The success rate of which kind of varies.
Can I help you?
She's always aiming to do something awesome and be the coolest at everything. Rainbow has the biggest learning curve of all the ponies, and she can be very judgmental about others.
The shape's fine, just make the whole thing, cooler. It needs to be about 20% cooler.
But also makes the most mistakes out of anyone.
Hey, I've done lots of nutty things.
We know.
But she always learns from them, and is better off for what she's learned. She's also the most independent of all the ponies, and also has the biggest ego.
Rainbow Dash! Thank you! It's not the Rainbow Dash show.
Well, it should be the Rainbow Dash show.
Despite that, she's always there for her friends when they need her.
I'd never leave my friends hanging.
Now, I can't talk about Rainbow Dash without addressing one major issue. That issue is the one that all you hippies are thinking about right now. And the answer is no. Rainbow Dash is not a lesbian. And no, just because she has a rainbow mane doesn't mean that she's a lesbian either. Seriously, where are people's heads at that they find political symbolism in a show initially aimed at little girls with ages in the single-digit range? She's the tomboy of the group. She doesn't do girly things like the other ponies.
Come on, relax. Have a Huffacure. It feels amazing. Did you forget who you're talking to? The day I get a Huffacure is the day I turn in my Daredevil license.
And again, no, that doesn't mean she's a lesbian. Stop thinking that. Bottom line, Rainbow Dash is an awesome pony and the most loyal of friends. Now, if you're looking for girly in this show, our next pony is about as close as you're gonna get. Enter Rarity. The most notable thing about Rarity has to be her personality. She is the most dramatic of any of the ponies by a light year. She's often blunt and says exactly what she's thinking, not sugarcoating things too much.
I didn't know you could burn juice.
Oh, isn't he adorable when he waddles off in anger? Waddle? Ah!
The best thing about her personality is that Rarity is so over-the-top dramatic that it becomes awesomely hilarious.
I totally forgot them. Of all the worst things that could happen, this is the worst possible thing. Why? What? You didn't expect me to lay on the grass, did you? Oh, please promise you won't tell her I feel this way. Please, 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 please.
Rarity can be accused of being the most girly of any of the ponies based on her interest of going to the spa, her love of gems, and her dislike of getting dirty.
A contest at Sweet Apple Acres. It doesn't sound very clean.
But she's a tough little cookie who can take care of herself and others.
Fighting's not really my thing. I'm more into fashion.
But I'll rip you to pieces if you touch one scale on his cute little head!
She runs her own clothing shop where she primarily designs dresses. Rarity has a great desire to be considered sophisticated and upper crust, which is reflected in her opinion of things and the words that she uses.
Nice is an understatement. I look fabulous. Who says camouflage has to be drab?
On that note, she's very decisive when it comes to what she says. She never generalizes. She's very specific about what she means.
Whining? I am not whining. I am complaining.
But above all, she is a lady.
I am a lady, and I wish to be addressed as such. So you may call me Miss, or Rarity, or Miss Rarity.
And above that, as much as she would love to live the high life and to be counted among the sophisticated elite, she would never forsake her friends.
Yes, I do know them. They may not be as sophisticated as some of you Canterlot ponies, but they are my best friends, and they are without a doubt the most important ponies I know.
All this makes Rarity the most well-rounded pony of the bunch.
3 cheers for Rarity, my new favorite party guest.
And now to introduce our next pony, here's something completely random.
Hey, what are you waiting for? An invitation? Ooh, I think I have one in my bag. I mean...
And not to be unfair, but you can basically sum up Pinkie Pie in 3 words.
Pinkie Pie, you are so random.
Random as f***. If you were to energize a hyped up chihuahua on gallons of coffee, Mountain Dew, and blow, you'd maybe have about 19% of the amount of energy that's held within one Pinkie Pie. Pinkie's a free soul, and for the most part, does whatever. Usually whatever includes throwing a party. A lot of parties.
Pinkie Pie is an out-of-control party animal. What? It's true! I do have a problem!
And when she's not doing that, she's just confusing the hell out of every pony.
Never mind her. She's just being Pinkie Pie.
Super extra Pinkie Pie today.
Just like Rarity, Pinkie always says what's on her mind and always tells the truth. The ironic part is that no pony ever takes what Pinkie says seriously. And the reason for that is that she laughs and smiles all the time.
Pinkie, what are you doing?
Pinkie suffers from what I call, why are you so happy syndrome. Believe it or not, this is a real life problem. If you're smiling and laughing for no apparent reason, everyone that meets you will think that there's something wrong with you. They won't take you seriously and they'll just write you off because they think there's something mentally off with you. So if you're smiling and laughing and you haven't just won something or accomplished something big, people treat you like you're crazy, retarded, or something else might be wrong with you. Pinkie suffers from this big time.
So you knew what those critters were all along, huh, Pinkie Pie?
Well, duh! I tried to tell you. We know Pinkie Pie, and we're sorry we didn't listen.
Aside from that, Pinkie has a few exclusively unique traits that we fans love her for, like Pinkie's strong ethic code for keeping promises.
Don't worry, Rainbow. She's gotta fess up after making a Pinkie promise.
No, pony.
Breaks a pinky promise! Twilight, you promised Spike you wouldn't say anything. He trusts you, and losing a friend's trust is the fastest way to lose a friend forever. But forever!
And her blatant disregard for physics.
Come on in and make yourself at home.
Losing a friend's trust is the fastest way to lose a friend.
Forever!
And her pinky sense. What is pinky sense?
I get different little niggly feelings and they mean different things.
How does it work? It just does.
If Pinky's a twitching, you better listen.
My ears are floppy, my ears are flopping. I'll start a bath for you.
This thing keeps on getting more ridiculous by the minute.
Pinky is the happiest pony there is, and we all love her because her happiness is extremely infectious.
I'm your best friend, Pinkie Pie.
And now for the final member of the main six.
What's your name?
I'm Fluttershy.
I'm sorry, what was that?
My name is Fluttershy.
Didn't quite catch that.
Okay, this isn't going anywhere. Her name is Fluttershy. And she is by far
But,
the most timid pony on the show.
I said...
Okay, I guess I'll let you off the hook this time.
Most of the time. And really, Fluttershy is the most unpredictable pony out of every pony in this regard. Oftentimes she's quiet, unthreatening, and timid.
Twilight, Pinkie, you won't believe... Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting? Now, wait just a minute. Oh, I'm sorry.
The next second, she's overflowing with happiness.
Oh, really? You really want a pet? Really?
And the next instant, there's a good chance she might kill someone.
I'll catch you yet, my pretties. Oh, yes. You'll be mine! Mine! You're going to love me!
She's super nice, sometimes to a fault.
You grab Rainbow Dash and hold her down.
Got it! I'm just wondering if it's okay if I hold you down against your will for a little bit?
Fluttershy really is the most quiet out of everyone and only raises her voice on a few rare occasions.
So now that you know the elements of a good cheer, let's hear one.
Yay.
Louder.
Yay.
Louder!
Yay.
Louder!
Yay.
Really though, she's this sweet timid soul who has a huge love for animals.
I love to take care of animals.
Fatality.
No, really.
You really should have come to me sooner. You are carrying so much tension in that shoulder.
Like her name implies, she's very shy and gets uncomfortable in public situations.
Wow, Twilight. I thought I was the only one who got nervous at social gatherings.
She has the most personal problems out of any pony because of the difficulties she has interacting with others. But she always overcomes and rises to the challenge, and we root for her as she tries her best to overcome her problems with the help of her friends. But you know what? Enough about the characters. It's time we took a look at a typical episode of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. So we're going to take a look at a Season 2 episode featuring Twilight Sparkle, fittingly called It's About Time. Each episode starts with a little prologue. Here we see Spike getting woken up from a dream by Twilight.
Huh? Twilight?
Oh, hi, Spike.
It's the middle of the night. Why are you pacing like this? What's wrong?
Here.
We forgot to celebrate Arbor Day?
No, the problem is I just finished planning my schedule for the month, but I forgot to leave time to plan for next month. My whole year could be thrown off.
Ah, Twilight and her OCD. From there, we jump into the opening theme. Moving on, we come back to find Twilight has stayed up all night trying to work out her schedule.
Oh my gosh, I think I did it. That could leave me a half-hour scheduling window. Huh?
What? Do you see what I see?
Twilight, you've got to listen to me. Who are you? I mean, you're me, but I'm me too. How can there be two me's? It's not scientifically possible. You are not scientifically possible.
You created a time paradox.
Twilight, please. I have a very important message for you from the future. What happened to you? The future must be awful.
Actually, I'm from next Tuesday morning. But that's not important right now. I can't believe time travel is really possible. How did you... I figure it out. The time spells are in the Canterlot archives. But that's not... Really? Where? I've never seen them. They're in the Star Swirl the Bearded Wing. I have so many questions. I have something extremely important to tell you about the future. And I only have a few seconds, so you've got to listen. Whatever you do, Future Twilight?
Well, that just happened. Solid Sparkle came from the future to deliver a message, but what was it? And what do we do now?
She must want me to prevent whatever horrible thing happens in the future.
And off she goes.
We have a crisis on our hooves. My future self tried to warn me about a horrible disaster that's going to occur sometime before next Tuesday morning.
Whatever should we do, Twilight?
Time to disaster-proof Equestria.
The hour's approaching to give it your best, and you've got to reach your prime. That's when you need to put yourself to the test and show us a passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
So after all that, where do we stand?
Done everything on the list. But still, I just have this nagging feeling we should be looking for something bigger than loose bolts and leaky pipes.
Okay, every pony, follow my lead.
But there's no worries, since we have a Fluttershy.
Who's the cute little three-headed dog? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Pinky,
Yes, Twilight?
do you have a ball I can borrow?
I have balls stashed all over Ponyville, in case of ball emergency.
I'll be back as soon as I've returned him to the gates of Tartarus. Once he's back at home, there'll be no disaster.
So, the next day...
How'd it go with Cerberus?
Great! I got him back before any of the evil creatures could escape.
Oh yeah, Spike has this ability that Princess Celestia and Twilight use to communicate with each other. You see it in the opening.
Oh no! The cut's in the exact same spot as the scar on future Twilight's cheek. We haven't changed the future at all. I did everything I could think of to change the future, but it didn't work. So maybe it's not what I do. Maybe it's what I don't do. If I stand right here and don't move a muscle until next Tuesday, I can't possibly do whatever it is that future Twilight wanted to warn me not to do.
But Spike can't leave well enough alone.
Oh, no!
What happened?
I'm so sorry.
Show me.
I'm not so sure that's a...
Show me.
Mirror. Mirror!
Oh no, this is the same main cut as future Twilight. I don't care how it looks. It's just another sign that the future hasn't changed. Oh, I wish there was a way to know what was going to happen so I could stop it.
You want to see the future? I might know some pony who can help.
What's this?
It's Madam Pinky's place.
Madam Pinky? Pinky, I need your pinky sense to tell me what the impending disaster is that future Twilight was trying to warn me about.
Oh, my fortune telling has nothing to do with my pinky sense, silly. It's only good for vague and immediate events. Like that.
So after that, Twilight tries to...
Are you okay?
Ah, Pinky, I'm glad you're here. After I came to see Madam Pinky and the flower pot landed on my head, see the bandage, just like the bandage from the future?
Nice!
I had an epiphany after that flower pot. Doing things didn't work. Not doing things didn't work. And I couldn't predict the future either, so I only had one other choice. Monitor everything.
Makes sense to me.
I haven't slept since future Twilight was here. There are only 3 days left until next Tuesday. I can sleep all I want after that.
You've been awake too long, Twilight.
Yeah, Tuesday's not 3 days from now. Tuesday's tomorrow. Don't worry, Twilight. I have eye patches stashed all over Ponyville in case of eye patch emergency. There! Now you look like a pirate. A sleepy pirate with a really weird mane cut.
The eye patch. Another sign. Nearly all the signs have come through. I haven't done a thing to prevent the catastrophe. If Tuesday's tomorrow and the disaster happens by Tuesday morning, then there's only one solution. I'll just have to stop time.
Makes sense to me.
So the trio heads to Canterlot to sneak into the magic archives.
The coast is clear. Now slowly lift me into the window so we can...
Let's get this over with.
Are correct, the star swirl the bearded wing should be right here.
Twilight?
What is it, Spike?
Isn't this where we came in?
How are we supposed to find it now?
Maybe we should ask some pony in the star swirl the bearded wing.
Huh, I missed that.
Twilight, the card!
Well, hey, Twilight. I haven't seen you in a while. Let me open that for you.
Thanks.
So now they're in, but they're running out of time. The three go into a frantic search trying to find the spell that will stop time. But...
No! The disaster! Incoming!
Nothing? Nothing happened?
I don't know, Twilight. I don't see any disasters. It looks like a pretty nice day.
Is it possible there never was a disaster? That I've just been making myself frantic over nothing?
But more importantly...
Why isn't any pony surprised to see me sneaking around in here?
At this point, Twilight has an epiphany.
I look ridiculous. And it's all because I couldn't stop worrying and let the future handle itself. From now on, I'm gonna solve problems as they come. And stop worrying about every little thing.
And there's your little moral for this episode.
If only I had learned this lesson a week ago.
Twilight! I found something! It doesn't stop time, but it lets you go back in time. It says you can go back once, and it only lasts for a few moments.
So Twilight uses the spell to go back in time and try to warn herself, and we get the same scene from the beginning of the episode, thus completing the time loop.
Whatever you do, don't waste your time worrying about. I can't believe I just did that. Remember last week when future Twilight came to warn me about something? That was me trying to warn myself not to worry so much. Now I'm gonna spend the next week freaking out about a disaster that doesn't even exist. Ugh.
Aw, don't worry about it. It's past Twilight's problem now.
I guess you're right, Pinky.
And roll credits. And there you have it. That was a typical episode of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Not exactly what you were expecting from a show called My Little Pony, I bet. And probably not the worst show that you've ever seen either. But you may be asking me, FilmCrazyAdam, why this show? You know, of all the shows that are on right now, why this one? Why is it so popular, and what makes this one worth watching? Those are very good questions. There's something about the show that reverberates with a huge audience of people. This is a show about good characters just trying to live their lives as best they can. There's no hidden meaning here. It's a good series, plain and simple, and it promotes the idea of living your best and not being a douchebag to anyone. I don't know about everyone else who's a brony, but this show actually means something to me personally, because it helped me through a rough time I was having. See, in my Prometheus vlog, I mentioned that I was behind on reviews and everything because there was a lot happening in my life at the time. The biggest thing, without a doubt, was that somebody had died in my family. Somebody who I was really close with, and I still miss her. And this show was one of the few things that helped me through it all. It provided a distraction for me, but it also made me believe that things will and eventually do get better. And this show means a lot to me and so many other people for whatever reason. And yeah, I know how unmacho that sounds. And you know what? Say what you will about me for liking this show. So if you think I'm stupid or gay for watching this, well... And seriously, of all the other shows I could be watching on TV right now, I'm pretty comfortable with the choice I made. Whether you'll give the show a shot and become a fan is entirely up to you. For those of you that are already fans of Friendship is Magic, you know how good of a show it is. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. For those of you that stuck with me through this big review, thank you. It's taken me almost 9 months to do all of this. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for watching. I'm FilmCrazyAdam, and I heard that show sucks.
My little pony, my little pony. Ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure,
Tons of fun.
a beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Did you know you're all my very best friends?
I'm the T to the W-I-L-I-G-H-T, and ain't no other pony troll it down like me. I'm Twilightlicious.